Hi there, it's Pat at Beads and Plenty More, and today I'm going to talk about making this dainty little bracelet. I can hold it up close here and you can see it's got multicolored beads and matte black beads in size 8. The multicolored beads are a 3mm Chinese crystal, and then I put a little magnet on it, which makes it nice and easy to put on and off. So I called this design the 2-3-1 spiral, because what we do is we pick up 2 beads, go through 3, and then back through 1. So anyway, I will show you how that's done. I picked up size 6-pound fire line and smoke to work with the dark beads, and I did do another little piece here with 2 size 8 silver line crystals, and I used the white clear fire line on this one because it was matched a little bit better. So what I suggest with thread is to pick up a comfortable amount of thread. Some people like to use a lot of thread so you'd have less joints, which is a good idea, but it's also difficult to work with, and sometimes you get tangles if you've got too much thread. So I've got my pile of little 3mm crystals here, and then the black matte size 8s. The first thing I'm going to do is pick up a bead that I'm going to use as a stopper bead, and this bead will go all the way down. I'm going to leave a 6-inch tail for attaching the clasp, so we'll bring that all the way down there and then go back on the bead so that it cinches in place fairly well. They still slip a little bit, but they are pretty solid. Okay, so what we're going to do, we pick up 3 of the black matte beads, and then 3 of the multicolor crystal beads. I've got one black one mixed in there. There we go. Okay, so that's 6 beads altogether that I've picked up on my needle. I'm going to slide those all the way down to my stopper bead here, and then I'm going to take and go around these beads, put it this way, and back through these black ones. So you get a look like that. So now we're going to start the patterning, because I've got my start unit here. I did try attaching the clasp at the beginning, but it just didn't work very well. It seemed like the clasp slipped on me, and then I got loose thread. So what I'm going to do is pick up one matte black and one of the colored beads here. That's my 2 beads, and I'm going to go through the 3 here, the 3 colored ones. Sometimes I found it easier to go through 2 and then back through the 3rd one, but when it's starting, there's not very many beads. It should be easy. Okay, we're going to pull that up. This tail here, actually having a longer tail is a good idea because you can wrap it around your finger to keep the tension. So okay, I've done the 2 beads here. Let's see if you can see that closer. And through this 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to take this thread back and go through that one black bead that was the first one I picked up. And try and keep the thread on the front side here. So this is going to then curve around somewhat. At this beginning it doesn't work real good, so we have to give it a little bit of help. But we'll go on to the next one, and then it might show a little bit better. So one dark, one light, and then we're going to go through 3 of these colored beads. There, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we'll bring the thread all the way up on that one. And again, I'm going to help the spiral a little bit. It doesn't always want to start right. And we go back through this first bead that I picked up. And keep the thread on the front here. So since I didn't keep the thread on the front, I'm going to have to thread through to make sure when it pulls up, it's going to come onto the front. There, and it's starting to show the spiral a little bit now. And just give it a good hard tug to get it nice and tight there. Okay, so do another one here to get the spiral going a little bit more. One black, one printed, or one multicolor. And through, here's where we're starting to turn, so it's easier to do 2 beads and then go through the 1 bead. That way you don't pull your spiral out of shape. Pull that up nice and snug, and we'll go back through that first bead. So pick up 2, go through 3. See, now you're getting the spiral effect really nicely. Go through 3 and back through 1. So here we go again. Pick up 2, go through 3, keep that thread at the front, and be sure you don't turn this over as you're working. That did happen to me, and I ended up my spiral, instead of all going in a spiral, it reversed and started spiraling the opposite direction. So it's, well, the pattern, I had to take it back and get it sorted out, and then keep the thread on the front all the time. Okay, back through here. So as you can see, it's starting to get this nice little spiral. You can see it maybe more on the finished bracelet here, where we've got this and this, the two parts of the spiral. So I will continue with the same technique, picking up 2 and going through 3 and then back through that first bead. And that's how I get the pattern to make the whole bracelet. Now, it's nearly impossible to have enough thread to do your whole bracelet. So I'm going to show you how I would join thread. So this little piece here is ready to join thread, and I'm using the light color on this one, not the dark. So we'll take off enough thread here for another go. I usually take a good arm's length, or even maybe 2 arms lengths, but not so much that it tangles too easily, because it's very frustrating when threads start to tangle. So I've got this little piece left here. I'm going to take the new thread, go around it like so, and then on this side we'll do the opposite. I did left over right, and then, or pardon me, right over left and then left over right. Do a square knot like so. And so you get something that looks like this. Bring it together and tighten it really good, and that should make a nice tight knot. If it doesn't, always take these 2 tails and put a 3rd knot on. Sometimes I do that just for security, because you don't want your thread to come loose and all of a sudden your whole project is ruined and you have to start over. So there's my 3. And now I'm going to work this into the further beads, and then I'm going to use the thread zap again to get rid of those tails once I get them fed in somewhat into the unit. So with this one again, pick up 1 dark and 1 light, go through my 3 lights and back through the dark. And then once you get it down to the length you want, then you're going to attach the clasp. And when I attached the clasp, I just centered the thread into the ending beads, go through the clasp 3 times, and then end with slip knots. So hopefully you'll enjoy making this braid or spiral. It's quite easy, and it turns out quite nice. Thanks for watching.